Hey there, I'm Chad.
And I'm Chris.
We are the creators of Order of Eventide, the pen and paper RPG.
Yep, today we're going to go over hero creation. So what you see here is an extra sheet we've printed off orderofeventide.com where you can print sheets to hand out to other players if you don't all have a book, or if you just prefer using a larger sheet. However, the book itself does have, on page 224, how to use the hero sheets. And it's got one filled out with little blurbs on exactly how to use it mechanically as you're playing through the game. And then if you flip further past this section, we provide a number of hero sheets you can actually write in the book. You can use them right out of the book. You can even tear the pages out, whatever you want to do, photocopy these. They look slightly different because they're more condensed. We like to print out our sheets and hand them to players. The first thing we're going to do is name our character. What you see here is a sheet we've just filled out. I'm going to show you how we did that. So we've named our character Lars, and we've written it in the hero name section at the top of our sheet. If you look in your book on page 22, it guides you through hero creation. The first thing on the list was name. That's done. Let's go ahead and choose a race for our hero. If we flip to the back of the book, I've got this bookmarked. There's the race anthology section. We've got 19 races to choose from. And we've already gone ahead and picked a gnome. So let's find the gnome. Here he is. So there's two things to pay attention to. His starting stats and his racial ability. This is going to really help. It's going to be good to look through each race to see sort of what play style you're looking for. Or maybe you just like gnomes and you want to play as a gnome. So notice he starts with 3 health, attack -1, defense +3, and a special ability. So on your hero sheet, this rectangle on top left is where we've written in gnome. We've written his racial ability. We've copied it right out of the book right here. We've used some abbreviations, and we can go over that at some other point. And then we've got health, attack, and defense. So he starts with a base health of 3 that we can see right here. Attack -1. You always roll a d6 when you attack, so we wrote it as d6 -1. You also roll a d6 when you defend. In this case, he has a defense +3. He's small, he's pretty nimble, and so we've written d6 +3 base defense. Now, the second thing we're going to do is choose a class. So we'll switch to the class guide over here on page 151, Tier 1 classes. There are 4 classes that you can choose from when you first create a hero. As you progress, you can unlock Tier 2 and then Tier 3 classes. We won't look at those now. So there's a fighter, a hunter, a mage, and an adventurer. We've chosen to play as a mage for our gnome. Now, if you look at the bottom of the mage page, there's 2 abilities. There's a class passive and his active ability, which is called Restore. Now, without getting into the details of the ability itself, we're just going to write mage in the class section. In the class ability section, we'll write that description from the book, what the ability does, and the class passive. Now, we're going to choose a weapon to start with. The important thing to know about weapons are there are one-handed weapons and two-handed weapons. They could be ranged, arcane, or melee. Since we're a magic user, we've chosen to use a two-handed arcane. We liked the bonus from a two-handed weapon. Two-handed weapons give you +2 attack. One-handed weapons give you +1 attack. So we've chosen to wield a weathered staff. You can name the weapon whatever you want it to be. This could be a large runestone or a magical tome. We decided we wanted it to be a staff. So I wrote 2A for two-handed arcane, weathered staff, and two-handed weapons give you attack +2. But see how I've written attack +3 over here? That's because the mage's class passive grants attack +1 with arcane weapons. So now remember, the gnome starts with d6 -1, which is a disadvantage. But now his equipped weapon grants a total of +3 attack. So 3 minus the 1 from the base attack, and our total is d6 +2 attack. We've created our character. It's that simple. The last thing we're going to do is roll 2 6-sided dice, and that's going to be our starting glowstone. So I rolled 5 + 2, which is 7. And then just write 7 in the glowstone section in the top right of your character sheet. That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and happy dungeoneering.